hello, and welcome to a episode of the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday Show. I am just happy to be here with you tonight. Tonight, I have author Cammbrea Coleman. Welcome. Very happy
Thank
to have you
you.
here tonight. How are
Thank
you?
you. I am doing well. How are you?
Doing good. I have had the pleasure of working with Arthur Cambria for the last several months on some amazing projects that we're going to be talking about on tonight. Her very first book, The Little Girl of Color. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a series, and she has dropped the first book. And she has outdone herself because when she came to me, she already had books written, and so she also has recently released a second book, which is also another amazing masterpiece. It speaks to the heart. Not only, well, let me just say this: The Little Girl of Color speaks to every brown girl out there that's had a label, or we've been encompassing this little bitty cup, and it's just beautiful, the story in itself, and even the series episodes that will be coming later. You're going to have to definitely stay tuned in to what all this little girl of color is going to be doing. But then the second book, Autism Does Not Define Me, or Doesn't Define Me. We know that autism, along with some other things, ADHD, all these different labels and things. But yet, when our children go through things like this, it does not define them. It doesn't take away from who they are.
Yes.
And we get the amazing opportunity to meet a character by the name of Steve. And we're going to hear his amazing story and the journey of the book. So, tonight, all things author Cammbrea Coleman. Again, welcome. So glad to
Thank
have you here
you.
tonight.
Thank you.
For all of you that are tuning in tonight, make sure that you go ahead, like, tag, and share. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So we're going to go
Yes.
ahead and get kicked off. Miss Cammbrea, you ready?
Yes, let's go.
All right. So listen, the very first question that I ask all of my guests is for you to tell us, who is author Cammbrea Coleman?
I am a mother. I am a wife. I am an entrepreneur. Uh, I have a deep passion for children. God blessed me 3 years ago to open my first daycare named Little People Adventures, and we have took off since then.
Yeah.
That's me.
That is amazing. You're doing some really big things, and I think just the heart of it all is centered around children. So you have to have a passion for
Yes,
children in order to be able to have multiple um, businesses centered around children. It has to definitely be a love, because we know sometimes it can be trying.
yes.
But so let's talk a little bit about the daycare and the vision. How did that vision to open your daycare come about?
God.
Yeah.
I have been taking care of children since I was a teenager. Um, when I turned 18, 19 years old, I started working in childcare.
Okay.
And then I began to grow a passion for children, a bigger passion for children.
Okay.
To the point, the more daycares I worked in, the more positions God allowed me to be in. I was like, I'm going to own my own daycare one day. I'm going
Yeah.
to own my own daycare. Life happened. I started working in warehouses and clothing stores, but the love that I had for children
Yeah.
never went away. The love I had for daycare just never went away till a couple years ago. I went to school, I graduated, and I said again, I said, I'm going to open up my own daycare.
Yeah.
One day, God came to me in a dream at night,
Okay.
and it just really unfolded ever since then.
Yeah. So what did he like give you the insight on kind of how what the plan was,
What
kind of how
he
the
gave me the
plan to come about?
he
Yeah.
gave me the whole vision, literally
Wow.
where to start, how to start, how the daycare was supposed to look. And I
Yeah.
didn't start in a center. I actually started in my home.
Yeah.
So he gave it to me how to turn my home into the daycare
Yeah.
and literally went from there.
Yeah, wow, that is amazing, and I know he does it.
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
he does it. You know that just for all of you that are watching, like, how do I know what I'm supposed to be doing? When you seek the Lord and ask Him what it is that He wants you to do, because the Bible says He has a plan for us, right? But then
Right.
He won't just tell you the plan. He'll actually show you how to
Just that.
accomplish what
Yes.
it is that you're trying to accomplish.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
and so you got started in the daycare business and you're around kids more. And now you jump into thinking about books and ideas to kind of get going in that direction. Before we jump completely into the book world, let me ask you this. What did faith look like when you were growing up? Tell us a little bit about your family and your faith. Paint a picture for us.
I was raised in the Baptist church.
Okay.
My grandma Pauline would take me to church, me and my siblings. So I watched Faith, a woman of faith firsthand.
Okay.
Ursher, she just did it all. She helped
Yeah.
in the church. My mom got saved, and I started to see faith work in our home,
Okay.
amongst us. So I just literally always had the God in me.
Yeah.
So when it came to faith, even when my faith wavered throughout life and in my adulthood, I still had a foundation
Yeah.
because that was how I was brought up.
Right.
And I've always stuck with faith, even
Okay.
if it was just a little mustard seed of faith. I've
Hey,
always had that type of
hey,
faith.
yeah, that's a blessing. That's a
Yes,
blessing.
ma'am.
So, did you grow up in a big family? Are you an only child, or kind of what did that look like?
No, my mom, I grew up with my mom on my mom's side of the family, and it's small. My grandma had four children. My mom has four children as well, three
Okay.
boys and one girl. I am the only girl. so
Wow.
so I grew up a little tough and rough around the edges. So yeah, we are a small, close knit family.
Okay. Very good. Now, I often wonder this when the Lord chooses somebody to be an entrepreneur or to kind of branch out. Were there a lot of people in your family that owned businesses or
No,
that previously had daycare facilities or authorship in writing books?
no, ma'am. I am the first author in my family.
Yeah.
I actually am when I got into the business, my mom, I am the second child to my mom, owning my own business.
Okay.
Um, so yeah.
Okay. So the Lord is using you to break some things and to start some new chapters in your family and in your
Yes,
life. That
yes,
that
ma'am.
the chosen is where I'm
Yes,
going with this.
yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
that's beautiful. So what was your inspiration? So we kind of know a little bit about you now. Faith was always in the picture. We kind of have an idea of what your family structure looked like. So you've opened up the daycare, that's going well, everything is successful in that area. How did that jump over into the inspiration to start writing and putting the stories into books?
I honestly did not even think I would be writing children's books, period. But watching my kids every day, the things they did,
Yeah,
the stories they would come up with was my inspiration. I'm around this 24/7. I can do more than just run a daycare.
yeah.
So so literally again, God's plan, because I never had the plan to start writing books at all.
Wow. Okay. So when you first sat down and wrote The Little Girl of Color, Were you just doing something? In that moment, did you think you would actually move forward with like publishing it, or were you just doing like literally doing something?
Honestly, I was in my bed one night. Again, I watch, like I say, I sit back and I watch a lot of my kids, the different things they do, the things they say. And one night I was just in my bed and I heard the little girl of color. Like I heard
Mm,
God whisper to me, the little girl of color. And I was like, okay. And it stuck with me.
yeah,
I actually told a friend, I was like, I keep hearing the little girl of color when it comes to a book. She was like, you think God wants you to write a book? And I'm
yeah,
like, I don't know, or whatever. Then it came to me again. The little girl of color, the whole book again came from God,
yeah,
from beginning to end.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this. I was blessed to be able to be your publisher and to to partner with you on helping make this vision come to life. And you made me start thinking about doing children's books. I've helped several people with children's books, but never really thought about it for myself.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
But helping you with that project and just creating those illustrations and hearing your vision
Yes.
behind the project and the series idea that you have of showing the little girl of color in different aspects and in different lights.
Right.
I was just like, wow. Um I don't know. I mean, we don't often get to see ourselves in color like that.
Right.
We
Right.
don't often get to see ourselves in pages of books
Right.
where we can be anything we want to be. We can
Yes,
go
ma'am.
anywhere we
Anywhere
want
you
to
wanna go.
go, and we
Right.
can use our imaginations to take us anywhere. That's
Yes.
one of the things I love most, Cambria, about being an author is when I sit and write my books, I have the ability to create any
Anything.
outcome, any whatever, your imagination, you can just really be free in that. I may
Yes.
never actually live some of these things out, but
Right.
just the ability to be able to have that freedom. Is that kind of how you feel, or how do you look at uh, the expression of being an author?
To I get to tap into my inner child.
Okay.
Um, I get to tap into that little girl that get to experience, like you say, imagination. And I
Yeah.
can my imagination what takes me places to be able um to be able to relate to
Yeah.
children. So it's
Yeah.
like tapping into my inner child
Yeah.
to relate to my kids every day. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful feeling.
Yeah, yeah. So I know you've been doing very well with selling your book. I know I've been watching on Facebook. You've had your first in-person event. So has it really hit you now? Like what is it like now with the fact that this dream has now become a reality? How's it feel?
It's an amazing feeling. I
Yeah,
mean, it's truly a blessing to see, a color girl on a book, a colored boy on a book,
yes,
and
yes, yes,
and and that I am the author. It's a rewarding feeling
yeah.
to see and feel.
Yeah, yeah, you're doing some amazing work. And that brings us to the next book. So, autism doesn't define me. Can you show us that book cover? Oh my gosh. And amazing, amazing. I love the colors. The
Yes.
colors just, bring it to life and the
Right.
story. And so in that book, the main character is a little boy by the name of Steve, and the concept of the book is what, Cambria, to let people know that what.
So recognize autism.
Yeah,
That because I am labeled with autism, that's not that doesn't define me.
that's right.
That's not my whole world.
Right.
That does not take away from who I am as a little boy or a
Yeah,
little girl, and regardless of the race.
yeah,
Because I can still do anything that a normal child does.
Yeah.
I may need a
You are
little help.
normal. Yeah.
I am normal. I
Yeah.
may need a little help. I may need a little assistance. I may need a little more patience.
Yeah.
Um, but I am still who I am.
That's right. Right. I love it. I love it. I love it. What is next? Do we have more book signings coming up? More books? Are we about to do a book tour? Tell us what is coming up next.
We will actually be having a book signing here in Tyler, Texas, at the public library. Thank you for your inspiration. This is a new world for me, on top of the world I'm already in. So I'm kind of taking things a little bit slower. I had to slow my life down to kind of focus on the importance of
Yeah.
my books. So that is the next thing. Is a book signing coming up in September.
Okay.
Um, and it's just gonna be more to come of Arthur Cammbrea Coleman.
Well, I'm very happy for you, very excited. It's been, a pleasure to work with you. It's been so easy, and when I say easy, meaning every time I asked for something, you were right there, you were prepared, you responded quickly, which showed me how invested in your own project
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
have been, and that makes a difference, having somebody really, really invested into their own project. And so
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate you so much. I'm so proud of you for what you're doing and knowing what you wanted, and
Thank
making
you.
sure that we got you exactly what you wanted. And what do you say to all those people who have a thought about writing a book, but they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, or they don't see themselves in that way? What do you say to encourage them in the moment?
Continue writing. I often people often ask me what made you write books or how did you get started. Um but again, I have not been able to say it publicly, but I tell you all the time, when you have an amazing publisher, illustration, it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
But I would say continue writing.
Yeah.
Continue if you're journaling, whatever the thought you have, continue doing it, continue putting it on paper. Find a good publisher, find someone that can just take your thoughts and maybe help you put them on paper.
Right.
um just continue pressing forward. If that's something that you truly want to do, it can definitely be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Just take a chance on yourself, right?
Yes,
Bet
yes.
on you, right?
Bet on you. Take that leap of faith.
Yes. Yes. Now, let me ask you this. If someone wants to get copies of your book, I know that we have your Amazon website up here, amazon.com/Arthur/Cammbrea Coleman. Where else can they get a copy of the book? Say if they are in the city of Tyler, can they come by the daycare to get a copy of the book?
Yes,
How can they reach you?
you can reach me. You can, as she said, you can purchase the book on Amazon. You can also come by Little People Adventures, and we are located on Gentry Parkway. You can look us up. And I always have books on hand. Not only do I have books on hand, I will autograph the books and I will leave a beautiful note to you or whomever you are buying the book for.
Yes. So again, the little girl of color and autism doesn't define me on all major platforms. You can also reach her if you're in the Tyler or East Texas area. Even if you're not, you can contact her if you want a personal autograph, copy, which is really the best thing to buy it
Uh,
directly from her,
yes.
so that you can get an autographed copy and she can ship that to you, or you can meet her here in Tyler. It
Yes.
would be a small fee for shipping. Look at me all in your business, but it'll be a
No,
small fee for shipping, and she'll get that sent out to you.
but
Okay.
that is so true. I had someone reach out to me today and wanted me to ship a couple copies to them. So I'm willing to do that as well.
Yes.
Whatever to get a book to you.
Yes, these books definitely need to be shared. These books would make amazing books in children's bookstores and
Yes.
children's church ministries.
Yes.
in daycares. These books would be useful in a multitude of different places. So make sure that you get in touch with Cammbrea so that you can do bulk orders if you need to get them in the hands of children. Maybe you want to do a book study, a book club with the youth group. You know, if you have some type of young girls group, the Little Girl of Color would be an amazing book to inspire them that they can do whatever it is that they want to do.
Whatever.
If you're an organization that has autism or that is autism themed, this book talking about the character Steve would be amazing to encourage kids that they can still be free and independent. And so, listen, I got you, Cambria. So,
Thank you.
make sure to reach out. I'm going to put that link on the screen again. And remember, no matter what time you look at this interview, you can click on this link or you can contact. Are you on Facebook?
Yes, I am. You can reach me, Arthur Cammbrea Coleman, on Facebook. I am actually on TikTok as well, Arthur Cammbrea Coleman, and Instagram.
Very good, very good. Well, I am just excited about what you're doing. I know that you will continue this series, and it's going to be amazing just watching the different things again that transpire between the theme, the little girl of color, and what are your children saying about you becoming an author? What are their thoughts?
That I can do anything, that they can do anything that they put their mind to.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I'm definitely a motivation and inspiration for my oldest son, um, to finish college and, hey, do whatever you want to do. You can, because
yeah,
you can do it. Long as the right thing to do, you can do
yeah.
anything you put your mind to.
So are they like, wow, my mom is now author? Like
Yeah, I'm a
first my mom is, opening up these daycares and the business, and now my mom is an author, so they're feeling really
yeah,
encouraged.
right.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
set the tone.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I know that makes you feel proud.
Definitely very proud.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, I tell you what, I'm very happy again of what you've got going on. Little People Adventures in Tyler, Texas. She's got books online, but definitely hit her up to get some books signed in person
Yes,
so that you can get it autographed. One thing about it, you can order the book from Amazon, but you cannot get it autographed unless you get it from the author directly.
right.
So that is what makes it more valuable.
Right.
As we get ready to close, I want to ask you a couple of questions. So I've got three words, okay?
Okay.
Healing, empowerment, and transformation. Tell me which one of those three words stands out the most and why.
Empowerment.
Okay.
And why? Because you're looking at somebody who had a son at 17 who did not think that I would achieve much in life.
Yeah.
Um, but I did.
Yeah.
Through hard
Yeah.
work and dedication, empowerment, because no matter what I go through,
Yeah.
no matter what life looks like on the inside or out, um, it's empowerment. It's a movement. I'm
Yeah.
always motivating and uplifting somebody,
Yeah.
no matter what situation we have been in or that we are in currently. You can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You have an amazing story. I haven't even heard all of your testimony, but I can even just imagine from just talking to you right now how amazing and powerful it is. And so, again, I salute you on
Yes,
what you're doing with your entrepreneurship, with your authorship. And the sky is the limit, Miss Cambria. Continue
yes,
to push
ma'am.
forward, continue to schedule those events and workshops and whatever else to let your light shine and
Yes,
to
ma'am.
let people know what the Lord is doing for you. Because whether people say it or not, they're watching and you're encouraging people.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's what it's about.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank you
so much.
again. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for
Thank
this
you.
opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much to all of you that have tuned in tonight for this episode of the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday Show. We have been talking tonight with author Cammbrea Coleman, two amazing projects. The Little Girl of Color and Autism Doesn't Define Me. Listen, she is on to some major things. Make sure that you check her out and get your copy of both books. Support, okay? Get a copy of both books. Amazing, amazing projects, okay? I will see you again on Thursday night when we have another special episode on Thursday night. It will be called The Faces of PTSD. And I will have the special pleasure of interviewing my oldest son. Listen, I'm almost getting choked up saying it, but listen, my oldest son will be here talking about his victory of going through PTSD from being in the military and just life in general. And so, again, make sure that you tune in on Thursday night, okay? Thank you,
All
thank you,
right.
thank you. Good night, Miss
Thank
Cammbrea. Have a
you.
good night.
You too.
Thank you. Bye bye.